Mr. Coate.
Thank you, Chairman Rodriguez, members of the Commission. My name is Charles Coate. I'm here on behalf of the applicants. The determination before you is governed by Section 8181.35 of the Coastal Zoning Ordinance. If this Commission makes a determination on the facts before it, as opposed to the prejudice before it, and ignores hearsay and relies upon facts, it will vote to approve this CUP. The staff report, which has been submitted to you.
I'm sorry, could you repeat 8181 what?
Section 8181-3-5.
Thank you.
In the February 13th, 2004 staff report at page 15, the report indicates that the proposed keeping of wild animals in secure enclosures and in a fenced area less than 1/3 of an acre would have no discernible physical effect on the neighboring land uses. I appreciate one of the commissioners' acknowledgement earlier in comments and her recognition that this is a remote area. This is not a heavily populated area. It borders a state park on one side and borders farmland on another side. Two principal bases were asserted in recommending denial of the CUP in the report. One was under Section 8181.35C that the CUP application was not compatible with surrounding development, that the keeping of wild animals was more appropriate in a remote rural area with less population. This is a remote rural area that is not densely populated in any sense. The PowerPoint presentation that was made to the attention of the council before the break indicated that there are 19 residences surrounding the Martin facility that the County of Ventura has permitted them to house up to 100 wild animals. This area, there's evidence of 28 residences within that area, knowing that the 19-acre parcel, which is quite large, on one side is bordered by wilderness and a state park, and on the other side by farmland. It would be arbitrary and capricious for this commission to find that one part of the county could accommodate 100 wild animals in relation to 28 here in terms of density, when density actually per animal and the permit that is already been approved actually allows for many more wild animals to be held in proximity to many more people at the existing facility. In other words, is there a different standard governing this part of Ventura County than another? There should not be. The other bases, which was cited by counsel for the opposition, was a citation in the staff report that given the mere potential for human error, that this application should be denied. That is an impossible standard for anyone to meet. In fact, the report that's been submitted to the Commission found it is not reasonably foreseeable that the tigers would escape. I'm sure the Commission understands the import of a finding by the staff of what not reasonably foreseeable means. Notwithstanding the recommendation by that staff that there is not a reasonable, that it is not reasonably foreseeable that these tigers would escape, on the mere potential for human error, they said there's the potential for human error resulting in the release of a dangerous animal that will always remain. These are animals that were born in captivity, have been fed by handlers their entire life. The surrounding wilderness has mountain lions, bobcats, other animals that do in fact hunt for their food and can pose a real and actual danger. That's not to say that these animals are not wild, but they are in captivity, and they have been held in captivity their entire life. And the fact remains that the report that has been submitted to you has found it is not reasonably foreseeable that they will escape. Because they're born in captivity, they do not hunt for their food, unlike the surrounding coyotes and mountain lions that exist in the wilderness in this area. And although the Commission has reflected a concern that we focus on the matters at hand, it is relevant to this application process to know that one of the principal opponents, a neighbor, sought to purchase this very property, and that a financial interest may be what's driving this opposition, apart, separate, and having nothing to do with the application before you. With regard to issues of sound, the report, the staff report basically indicated that there were no findings or no report on which the Commission could base any findings on. The applicants have indicated that the sound is akin to a German Shepherd dog. The animals are spayed. They're not breeding. So 2 of the 3 times in which the tiger will make a sound are not present here under these circumstances. And we're talking about a 19-acre parcel, and on the back part of it where the CUP is seeking to build the enclosure. They have successfully operated a facility for many years without incident. And although a number of photos have been flashed, many of them were not of the applicants, were of third parties, and were taken out of context. If an animal is effectively an infant, 3 to 6 months, they may look large in the photos, but the fact is that they're not an adult grown tiger, and those photos were taken many, many years ago and are of little, if any, relevance here. Quickly, with regard to issues of insurance, I'm informed that they have a separate insurance policy for wild animals, that they have plans for cell phone repeaters throughout the property to enhance cell phone reception, and that they hold phones from different carriers, which provides an overlay of safety such that if you were not able to get a signal with one carrier, you would be able to get a signal with a different carrier. As far as the windy roads, the prior submission made it clear that the animals are transported in modified secured pickup trucks, which are clearly up to the task of driving on these roads, unlike horse trailers, which are much more difficult in that type of winding terrain and which are not utilized. With regard to the claim about it would be impossible to meet an emergency, I believe that what's before you does have fail-safe plans for shelter in place in the event of a natural emergency. But again, all of the residents in this area face possible emergency with regard to mountain lions and other indigenous animals in the event of fire, etc. Finally, the submission and citation to comments from people like a congressman that doesn't even reside in this district, or an LA County supervisor who obviously has no problem with their maintaining a facility in his own county, but apparently has a problem doing it in someone else's county, has no relevance to what's before you. I understand that it's sometimes difficult to concentrate on the facts and put prejudice aside, but this is a very sound plan. This is a very appropriate place for these animals to be housed. And I would ask that the council, upon reflection on the facts and not the prejudice, would properly approve this CUP. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions? Commissioner Dukas.
Could you clarify that thing
Mr.
about
Coate.
cell phone repeaters?
Could I defer?
No, but you're the one who said it. Could you just repeat exactly what you said again about cell phone repeaters?
I was informed that they have an intention to place repeaters, which I understand are antenna amplifiers, if you will, throughout the property to enhance cell phone reception.
Thank you.
You're welcome.